the Keep Your Fire Burning segment of Ignite Success, and I'm your host, Snowden McFall, 25-year professional speaker, 6-time author, and coach. Today I want to share with you something that women often ask me about, and that is how to give a speech and how to do well in their presentations. And the truth is that many people, and particularly women, are extremely nervous about speaking in front of others. The research is that people actually would rather die than speak in front of people. But it can happen effectively and easily, and you can do a great job on your presentation, whether it's 5 minutes, 50 minutes, or 5 hours. The key to being effective in your presentations and in your speeches is preparation. And that preparation covers a wide scope of things. Know first and foremost who your audience is. Who are you speaking to? And as Joel Weldon would say, what are their needs, fears, and victories? What's been going on in their lives? What do they need to know about? What are they afraid of? And what can you celebrate with them? You want to know as much as you can about the people you're going to speak to before you speak. And make sure that you arrive early and that you shake hands with people and get to know them so that you have friendly faces in the audience when you get up to present. The other aspect of preparation is knowing your material and knowing it very, very well. There are really a couple of formulas about creating a good speech, and it certainly depends on how long your presentation is. But in general, for an hour's speech, you want to have a very powerful, strong open. Then you want 3 key points illustrated by stories, and then a strong, powerful close. Stories are what people remember. Think about it. In your childhood and when you've listened to your family members talk about their life experiences, it's the stories that stick with you. So you want your stories to be as vivid and as memorable as possible. And you don't want to be the hero of your stories. The stories should be about someone else. It's okay if you're the hero in one of your stories, but most of the stories should showcase somebody else. Otherwise, you come across as arrogant, and you don't want that to be the impression you leave. Your first 30 seconds are critical. Too many women waste that space by saying, "Thank you for having me, what a great group," that kind of thing. Don't do that. Start your first 30 seconds with something very meaningful, very significant. It might be an astonishing statistic. It might be a powerful question. It might be a story that you engage them in and you draw them in. Whatever it is, it's got to grab their attention and give them a reason to stay focused on you. Because in today's world of cell phones and computers and devices, we're all distracted so easily. And don't be offended if people have their phones out while they're listening to you, because what I have learned through the past several years is that millennials and Gen Zers will often be taking notes on their phones. Sometimes they'll even be videotaping you or recording you, and let them know whether that's okay with you or not. Prepare yourself mentally with your material. I am not a huge advocate of spending hours and hours and hours on PowerPoint. You probably have heard that phrase, death by PowerPoint. And really, I've seen way too many presenters sit there and read their slides in a very boring and monotonous tone. The people who are listening to them are gone. They're not paying any attention to them. So PowerPoint should be used to accent, and you can use also Keynote and a number of other software programs. But it should be to accent your data, and primarily the PowerPoint should have photos with a few key words or bullets, and the bullet should be large point size. Don't get hooked into a massive PowerPoint with all sorts of clever things. Doing videos is great so long as you've got the licensing to do that, and music is powerful. But the most important thing is what you say and how you say it. There are many, many nuances to good presentation skills, but the single most important ingredient is your knowledge and your authenticity. The more real you are without doing therapy with the audience, the more genuine you come across, and the more willing you are to laugh at yourself and have a good time with the audience, the more likely they are to go along with you for the ride. Cheer them on, make them feel good about themselves, give them meaningful content that they can use, and give them something practical that they can apply, whether it's a memorable story with one key lesson or some practical tips. I do quite a bit of research in my fields of stress and burnout, and I will share some of the statistics, which are often very eye-opening and compelling to people. But I try to always follow it up with real practical applications of what people can do right after they leave to improve the quality of their lives. You want people to feel great about your presentation and feel like their time has been well spent. Be yourself, prepare your material, know your audience, be approachable and be real, and you're certain to ignite their success.